Coming up tonight on YCN News, the identity of a Claremont man killed in a Sunday fire is released. New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan highlights a program geared to small business success. And an arrest is made in a July assault on West Wheelock Street in Hanover, New Hampshire. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Tuesday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. The identity of the man who perished in a Sunday night home fire in Claremont has officially been identified. New Hampshire State Fire Marshal Jim Degnan, Claremont Fire Chief Rick Bergeron, and Police Chief Alex Scott say in a press statement that 68-year-old Lewis P. Russell died due to smoke inhalation. His death is ruled as an accident. Russell lived at 11 Warren Street. Landmark legislation to overhaul the nation's VA medical services for its veterans is expected to be signed into law Thursday. Independent U.S. Senator from Vermont Bernie Sanders and Republican colleague of Florida Jeff Miller drafted the bill, ultimately approved by Congress. Sanders' staff say the senator plans to attend Thursday's bill signing. Fort Belvoir is the site of Thursday's signing. The fort is a U.S. Army installation in Fairfax County, Virginia. State officials continue to encourage new companies to set up shop in New Hampshire. Today at the Enterprise Center in Plymouth, Governor Maggie Hassan highlighted a program geared to small business success. The Live Free and Start Business Roundtable includes people involved with startups, educators, financiers, and local entrepreneurs. Live Free and Start, a play on the state's motto and license plate design, launched in June. Of keen interest are high-tech companies and advanced manufacturing or clean manufacturing jobs. Luring younger workers to stay, live, and work in New Hampshire is seen as key to the state's economic future. The Governor's Office, the State Department of Resources and Economic Development, and New Hampshire's Business Finance Authority. Meanwhile, Hassan's trip to Plymouth comes days after a ruling by Attorney General Joseph Foster regarding some campaign contributions. Hassan and her staff welcomed Foster's review, which comes after a complaint filed by the New Hampshire Republican Committee. The complaint centered on the time the donations, a national trades union with local chapters. Once a candidate declares that he or she will seek office again, campaign donations are capped at $1,000 per entity. $24,000 must be returned to the supporter, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, or IBEW. The contributions were received one day after Hassan filed to seek a second term as governor. Two contributions of $10,000 each were received from two other unions' political action committees before the deadline. These are the Service Employees International Union and the United Food and Commercial Workers. Foster in his letter noted the three union PACs did not file as required with the New Hampshire Secretary of State's office. They have been sent cease and desist letters. This story goes out to all you weekend warriors, especially the men and women who competed in the recent Mascoma Man Half Triathlon, including Wilmot Public Library Director Rosanna Dude and Claremont Police Chief Alex Scott. To complete the half triathlon, Dude and fellow participants had to swim for 1.2 miles in Mascoma Lake, ride a bike for 57.5 miles, and run 13.1 miles around a course, including the Northern Rail Trail. All race results can be viewed online at mascomaman.com. Proceeds from this year's event will be donated to the Friends of Norris Cotton Cancer Center. Credit for organizing the Mascoma Man Triathlon goes to former collegiate swimmer and Enfield, New Hampshire native Casey Albert. As the website notes, many race staff and volunteers are his former teammates. When YCN News returns, we'll continue with more news.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
The good folks at H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating Oils want you to know that their philosophy is simple. Wow 'em with our service. Their experts provide complete heating systems, air conditioning, and hot water heater installations at a fair price. They're specialists in radiant in-floor and hydro air systems. Building a new home or just replacing an old system, call for an estimate.
Wow 'em with service. It's the H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating Oils way of doing business.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Vermont State Police seek the public's help in locating a 2010 gray Nissan Frontier. The truck was taken without permission from 3796 Lake Morey Road in Fairleigh, Vermont, around 5:30 Sunday morning. The truck belongs to 54-year-old Mark Richardson of Thetford, Vermont. Its registration tag is 149AB27. On its tailgate is a green decal in the shape of a badge. This badge has a picture of a soccer ball on it with a lightning bolt going through the ball. The truck was last seen traveling north towards Maurice Roberts Road. Anyone with information about the truck or its whereabouts is asked to call State Police's Bradford Barracks, Vermont, at 802-222-4680. Sometimes known as seasonal residents, this year's annual New London Non-Resident Taxpayer meeting will be held this Saturday beginning at 7:30 a.m. in the Sidney Crook Conference Room. Non-resident taxpayers can ask questions and voice concerns to New London town officials. The meeting will be held at the town hall. This is a public meeting and is open to all. An arrest has been made in a July assault on West Wheelock Street in Hanover, New Hampshire. Police arrested on Sunday 23-year-old Sean Maryhu of Lebanon on charges of assault. Maryhu allegedly attacked 53-year-old Mark Cookson of Hanover early on July 27th. A verbal disagreement between the two men may have happened before the alleged assault. Maryhu was charged by police with one count of second-degree assault, a Class B felony. He is scheduled to appear on the charge in Lebanon District Court on September 15th. Maryhu was released on $10,000 personal recognizance bail.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now, Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next few days and then move on to sports.
Thanks, Rose. Tonight we have a 30% chance of rain before 9 p.m. with areas of fog appearing after midnight. Skies will be mostly cloudy with lows in the 50s. Tomorrow will be foggy after 10 a.m. with partly sunny skies and a high of 79 degrees. Rain is expected between 1 and 4 p.m. and winds will be around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow night will be partly cloudy with a low of 53 degrees. Thursday we have a 40% chance of showers between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Skies will be partly sunny with highs in the mid-70s and winds around 5 miles per hour. Thursday night will be partly cloudy with a low of 54 degrees. You can see the possibility of storms here. Expect chances of showers Wednesday and Thursday. Now let's see what's coming up on our community calendar. Tomorrow in White River Junction, Vermont, the Road Trash Band will perform at Lyman Point Park at 6:30 p.m. In Lebanon, New Hampshire, the City Council meeting will begin at 7 p.m. The East Bay Jazz Ensemble will perform in Sunapee at the Ben Muir Bandstand at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. Tonight is the start of a 3-game series with the New Hampshire Fisher Cats versus Erie. All games are away games with starting times of 7:05 p.m. YCN will keep you updated on the results of these games. And we just want to let you know the winners of the Shrine Maple Sugar Bowl game this year. New Hampshire came up victorious this year, 42-6. Congratulations to New Hampshire and thank you to all who attended the game. You helped benefit Shriners Children's Hospitals.